You blinked and missed half of the references. Superman 2025 is packed with hidden Easter eggs, from tributes to classic comics to clues about the future of the DCU. Pay attention, because today we're going to reveal everything you probably missed. Even before the first scene, the movie throws two big shoutouts for the most attentive fans. The new DC logo isn't just cool, it shows Superman breaking chains, a direct tribute to the classic cover of Superman #1 from 1939, where the hero appears exactly like that, breaking free with brute force. And pay close attention to the text that introduces this new universe. It talks about an era of gods and monsters, and that's no accident. That's exactly the name James Gunn gave to the first chapter of the new DCU. So, the movie kicks off by setting the tone for this new era. Right at the start, when Superman gets his butt kicked in the fight, he calls in an old canine ally, Crypto. Yep, Superdog's in the movie, straight from the 1955 comics, where he first appeared in Adventure Comics number 210. This journey takes the hero to the iconic Fortress of Solitude, recreated here with that crystal clear look that fans will recognize from the classic 1978 movie with Christopher Reeve. And who's taking care of the fortress? Robots, not news. They've been in the comics since 1949, first introduced in World's Finest Comics number 42. But the fun detail here is that the voices of the androids in the movie are a treat for fans of famous voice actors. Robot number 4, or Gary, is voiced by the incredibly talented Alan Tudyk, who's already a familiar face in the DC universe. He was Clayface in the Harley Quinn series, Dr. Phosphorus in Creature Commandos, and even the villain Mr. Nobody in Doom Patrol. And it doesn't stop there. Other robots have the voices of Michael Rooker, Yondu from Guardians of the Galaxy, Jennifer Holland, Harcourt from Peacemaker, and Palm Clementiev, Mantis from Guardians. It's like a real nerd convention hidden in the sound. This time, Superman isn't going solo. He's getting backup from the mysterious Justice Gang, a group clearly inspired by the classic Justice League International, that more political and lighthearted version longtime readers know well. The team seems to be taking orders from none other than Maxwell Lord, a controversial figure in the comics, and always surrounded by ulterior motives. And pay attention to their base, the legendary Hall of Justice. Yep, that's right, straight from the 1973 Super Friends cartoon. Here it is being rebuilt in grand style. But the real treat for the fans is in the control panel of the base, packed with images and references to iconic heroes like Dr. Fate, the Phantom Stranger, and others who might very well show up in the future of the DCU. It's like a who's who of the DC multiverse, hidden right there in the background of the scene. Enough with the Clark Kent disguise memes. In the movie, when Lois Lane asks the Justice Gang for help, it's Guy Gardner, the most foul-mouthed Green Lantern in the galaxy, who drops the truth. The reason no one recognizes Superman with glasses is hypnotic technology. Yeah, you heard that right. This explanation comes straight from the pages of Superman number 330, published back in 1978. In the comic, it's revealed that Clark's glasses are made from materials from the very Kryptonian ship that brought him to Earth, and they carry a hypnotic effect that makes everyone ignore the obvious, that Clark and Superman are the same person. So, it's not just the good people of Metropolis being nice, it's Kryptonian scientific magic at play. One of the most intriguing villains in the movie is Angela Spica, also known as the Engineer. Straight from the pages of The Authority, number 1 from 1999, she marks the movie's first big step toward what James Gunn promised, a bold and deep DC universe. In fact, the Authority project is already in development, and this could have been the kickoff. But the chaos doesn't stop there. A living weapon called the Hammer of Baravia shows up in the story. And surprise, it's a clone of Superman. This creature is a direct reference to Ultraman, the twisted and evil version of the Man of Steel that appeared in Justice League of America number 29 from 1964. And if you thought Lex Luthor would be flying solo, think again. Even though they're pretty low-key, His henchmen are named straight out of the comics: Amanda McCoy, Cheryl Kimball, plus Dean and Desmond Farr. And these two actually have a weird past in the comics. In Tales of the Unexpected from 1965, they get turned into mutant tigers. So yeah, even in the end credits, the movie's packed with clues. Now, if there was a twist that got people talking, it was this: Jor-El, Superman's dad, being portrayed as a potential villain. In the movie, his last message to his son isn't about hope or justice. It's about dominating humans and taking control of Earth as supreme leader. A shocking turn that really split the fans. This darker take on Jor-El actually has a history. It was in Smallville where the character first got this more authoritarian and controlling vibe, showing that even on Krypton, things weren't all sunshine and rainbows. And there's another weird thing hidden in there. One comment in the plot suggests that Superman might have a harem of women, which sounds crazy at first, but could be a wild reference to an old alternate story. In Superman's girlfriend Lois Lane, number 57 from 1965, Clark lived in a world where he was married to both Lois and Lana at the same time. Yeah, sometimes the multiverse really goes too far. If you love hunting for Easter eggs and want more videos breaking down the nerd universe, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We dive deep into the details that nobody talks about. The new Superman makes it clear right off the bat: this universe is connected, and there are plenty of pieces coming back to the board. Right away, we see Flo Crawley, played by Tinashe Kajese Bolden, showing up as a powerful director, and many fans are already speculating, did she take Amanda Waller's spot? The character originally appeared in the Suicide Squad, and her presence here is no accident. Another familiar face is Rick Flag Sr., played by Frank Grillo. He makes a return after his appearance in Creature Commandos, where he served as Waller's right-hand man and got seriously hurt after facing off against Clayface. So, the movie is planting some important seeds for the animated continuity in the live-action universe. And to complete the trio of connections, we've got Maxwell Lord, played by Sean Gunn, dropping a venomous line about Lex Luthor's downfall. In the comics, Lord is a ruthless manipulator, and his fate was sealed brutally by none other than Wonder Woman in Wonder Woman Volume 2, number 219, back in 2005. All of this in small dialogues and cameos, but for those putting together the puzzle of the new DCU, these pieces are pure gold. In the middle of the brawl against a colossal kaiju, the movie delivers a subtle but powerful gift for longtime fans. A few streets, seen quickly during the destruction, have names that every comic book fan will recognize: Dan Jurgens, Alex Ross, and Mark Waid. Three legends who shaped Superman in the comics with stories that are still references today. But the most emotional Easter egg comes from the screen. One of the news anchors is played by Will Reeve. And yes, that last name says it all. He's the son of Christopher Reeve, the forever Superman of the movies, who left a mark on generations with his charisma and nobility. It's like the movie is saying, the legacy lives on, both inside and outside of fiction. Among so many surprises in the movie, one of the standout characters is Rex Mason, the Metamorpho, with his bizarre powers, big heart, and a past full of layers. He first appeared in the comics in The Brave and the Bold, number 57, back in 1964. As an adventurer turned into a mutant being capable of taking the form of any chemical element. But the movie doesn't stop there. It also brings in Metamorphos' father side, with the appearance of his little son Joey, who first showed up in the comics in Justice League Europe, number 11 from 1990. And if you blinked, you might have missed it. But Sapphire Stagg, Joey's mom and Rex's partner, makes a brief appearance after he escapes from Lex Luthor's dimension. In the comics, she's the daughter of Simon Stagg, an old and powerful villain who's always trying to control or eliminate Metamorpho. So, this totally fragmented, literally, hero also carries one of the most emotional and complete storylines of the film. If you saw Lex Luthor being dragged off to some random prison, it wasn't just any prison. He went straight to Belle Reve, the infamous high-security DC prison, home to the worst of the worst. The prison first appeared in Suicide Squad number 1-inch 1987, and since then, it's been a must-know when it comes to hardcore villains. Under James Gunn's direction, Belle Reve has been the setting for the Suicide Squad and the animated Creature Commandos, and now it's back as Luthor's final destination. But what really caught people's attention was another big name showing up there. Cersei, played by Anya Chalotra, is locked up in the same place. For those who don't know, Cersei is one of the most powerful villains in the DC pantheon, with enough magic to go toe-to-toe with Wonder Woman. Seeing the two of them in the same place raises a red flag. Could the formation of an evil Super League already be in the works? At the very end of the movie, when it seems like there are no more surprises, she shows up. Supergirl, played by Millie Alcock, suddenly appears looking for none other than Krypto. And here's the kicker. She's totally drunk. Superman laughs that big older cousin laugh and gives the explanation. Kara has a habit of visiting planets without yellow suns, just so she can drink without getting too overpowered. And, as weird as it sounds, this wasn't just thrown in for fun. It's a direct reference to the comic Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, which will serve as the basis for her solo movie. In the story, we see a more bitter, impulsive Kara traveling through space, trying to find her place, way far from the nice cousin image that many expect. So, this brief scene isn't just comedic. It's the teaser for the next big star of the DCU. So, how many of these Easter eggs did you catch? Drop a comment down below. If you're into legendary weapons, then you have to click the video on your screen. 8 of the most legendary swords in Marvel, there's a blade that slices through realities, and even a weapon forged from a piece of a god. Go check it out, cause this list is razor sharp and packed with surprises even hardcore fans will freak out over.